The federal government has said that the promise to complete the Eastern Line narrow gauge before the end of this administration is no longer feasible due to lack of funding. The Minister of Transportation, Muazu Sambo, made this known while fielding questions from State House correspondents after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said the federal government has not been able to obtain the 85% foreign counterpart funding embedded in the project, making it impossible to fund it from the 15% allocated in the ministry's budget alone. Recall that the immediate past Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, had said that the Port Harcourt-Maiduguri line would be delivered before the end of the present administration's tenure.
The truth of the matter is that if there was a promise to deliver this line before the end of this administration, this promise is not feasible because when the contract was approved, it was approved on the premise that 85% will be funded through foreign loan, while 15% will be the counterpart funding from the national budget. Since that approval, we have not been able to obtain the 85% foreign loan for this project. We have been funding it through the national budget on the basis of the 15% counterpart contribution by the federal government. And therefore, funding has been a major challenge for this project.
On his part, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, said the second Niger Bridge will be fully completed before the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure, noting that Nigerians currently using the bridge expressed joy.
The link road on the Asaba side, because that's what really remains. So if you go there now, you will see a lot of stockpiling of sand because it's marshland. We have to then accelerate the process at which the sand settles through technology called prefabricated vertical drains. So we still are working to achieve the completion of that part before end of May. The bridge, the only outstanding work on the bridge is the fitting of signs, the lane marking, which contracts are being concluded. That shouldn't take a month to do in the new year. And on the Obosi side, the work that remains to be done there is just to complete the work on the interchange. The whole road link is already finished. So the main target is still feasible.
Other ministers also spoke on the various memos they presented to council that got approval.
The 6 memos on are going to be financed by the IGR budget of the TCN. These are TCN projects. Then the all of them are TCN projects to be financed through their IGR. But one out of that, it was a ministry's project, but due to a lack of funding, TCN was approached and they gladly accepted to fund that. That is the 2 projects at Zing and Gaidam in Yobe State and Taraba. I beg your pardon, the Maiduguri Damaturu transmission line is actually a Ministry of Power project and is going to be funded through the budget of the ministry.
I have submitted one very important memo to the Federal Executive Council, which has to do with the award of contract for the engagement of insurance underwriters and brokers for the coverage of group life assurance scheme for the Nigerian Police Force for the year 2022-2023.
The Minister of Environment, I presented 2 memos to do with remediation and the power project in the Ogoni land. These two projects actually resonate with the federal government and the United Nations Environmental Programme's objectives of providing SACA to the Ogoni people, particularly in the areas of livelihood and remediation.
Meanwhile, Minister of Information Lai Mohammed said the federal government regrets the unfortunate collateral deaths in Zamfara state, emphasizing that the military is very careful when trying to contain insurgency, not to allow innocent Nigerians to be killed. From the Presidential Villa Abuja, Folonsha Degoke, Core TV News.